really impressed with the folks I talked to that were doing climate related stuff. And then for the folks that were not doing climate related stuff, they were working on really impactful solutions. And as Winnie would say, they knew their shit. So that was good. There's always tips, little pointers on pitching and kind of sequencing things in your deck and things like that. Try not to focus too much on that and try to focus on the bigger issues.
Knows one of the key factors for investors is management. One of the 40 subsets of that is coachability, how well they listen and communicate. And I thought that the discussions that I had with virtually everyone I spoke with was very effective and productive because folks, I think, did listen.
Find traction in a quantified way and show momentum. Make sure you have the valuation in there as well. I liked all of these startups. They have a social empowerment and environmental aspects. So I think they're all important and good in that respect.
Everybody, like, fantastic job. Decks are really helpful without decks. And it just makes it require a little bit more mental energy to kind of lock on to, what's being communicated. But so amazing, awesome stuff. And thank you for letting me be.
Female founders need to toot their own horn a little bit more. That's something that I've also realized in my own self, because I don't do enough of a good job of highlighting that myself.
So I thought every presentation was polished. Everybody did a great job of presenting. I will associate with Deborah. Mad Libs rule, right? Keep it simple. If you can't tell me what you're doing in a minute, work on that. The other thing is, if I hear one more person talk to me about machine learning and AI, I'll quit. Keep the acronyms to a minimum. Tell me what you're doing and how you're doing it and why it matters to me and why you're different.
I heard a lot of great pitches. So I would say focus on the problem, make sure you spend time on the team, showcase that you've done the discovery to ensure that this is something that needs to be solved.
You have to continue to hone your story. Are you following a sequence? Are you following a narrative when you are pitching? Try to find only one problem. You may have 10 different problems that you can solve with what you are building, but still say, I'm going after only one of these. Win a corner, make a mark, move to the next corner.
What I want to hear up front, this is the problem. This is why the current solution doesn't work. And this is how I'm different. Personally, at Act4 Capital, we want to see how you're going to change the world and how we're going to make a lot of money in the process. I thought he did a really good job of hitting both of those key components of our investment thesis.
I really enjoyed just hearing your stories and what you're building. I think in general, what was an interesting theme throughout was the ask. I noticed that the ask was a lot smaller than I was expecting to see almost across the board. And for me, knowing what it takes to execute and produce the things at the scale that you guys are talking about to produce returns for investors, I just think that you probably want to really think through and map out what you need.
I love hearing pitches. I love hearing stories, but I'm a huge visual learner. So it's hard for me to concentrate and focus unless I have just like a little graphic or some chart to focus on. I actually just always have a sheet of the 14 questions that I am looking to get answered as I go through these.
Really enjoyed this. A lot of people were really good at storytelling, and that's a very tough skill for founders and something that is definitely really important. So kudos to all of you. I'll definitely echo the sentiments about having a deck and want to be able to be very visual and to the point. It's a lot trickier from the mindset of an investor to weave through a lot of fluffy language.
Start with some niche area and try to build on it. There are a lot of things you have to capture in your presentation so that your solution can really solve that problem.
So it's not just about impressing us. It's about us impressing you to convince you that you should take our money, giving up a percentage share of your business at an attractive price so that we could look good to our own investors. So